Scored, I think, 5 points in the last 6.5 minutes of this game. What do you feel like changed down the stretch offensively for you guys that couldn't get over the hump?
Just seemed like the ball got really stuck. I don't know. We didn't move it side to side like we had for 3 quarters, which we were really good. Yeah, I mean, I just felt like we didn't execute. It just felt like we kind of let them take them. When they went on a little run, we could never find a way to respond, and you know, that's what happens in basketball runs. So you got to find a way to always respond, and I don't think we executed any sort of set.
What does it take to get out of a funk like that, whether it's a message in a timeout, a big possession, anything, something like that?
Yeah, I think we could have tried to stay together and kind of huddle a little bit more. I thought we kind of fell apart a little bit as a team, and the more you can stay together, like especially in an environment like that, like that's what they want to do to you, like the crowd, like they're obviously rooting for them. Like you can't let that bother you. Got to stay connected as the 5 on the floor, and I thought we could have definitely done a little bit better in that area.
Yeah, Caitlin, today you were passing the ball really well. You had a few deep threes. I think in the final 7 minutes you shot the ball twice. Maybe you wish that on some of those possessions you kind of just took it yourself. Maybe wasted your deep three.
I mean, sure, you can wish it. I'm sure there was an opportunity or two for me to probably attempt another shot there quite at the end, but I trust my teammates. Obviously, 13 assists, that means my teammates scored off of 13 of my passes. Like, it's a really great number. So I'm going to give them the ball every time and give them an opportunity to score. I believe in them, and obviously Kels had a great game. I thought AB was really good. I thought we were really good out of ball screen action for 3 quarters, and then we kind of just struggled to even get to it. And obviously, but it wasn't our offense. Our offense was never the problem. We scored 87 points, and we really didn't execute the entire 4th quarter. We just foul. We have to stop fouling.
Angel, especially in those last, first literally a whole 4th quarter. Angel kind of went off for them. Just kind of what do you think? Why do you think you guys were not able to contain her? What do you think she did tonight?
Yeah, I thought she ran really well in transition. I think she got a couple and ones in transition. Obviously, she played a really great game. I think they definitely knew to be physical with us. I think they probably watched the Dream film and saw that we fouled them nonstop. And in Atlanta, we were able to get away with that. And then obviously tonight, putting them at the foul line 32 times, we put Atlanta at the foul line 35 times. Like, teams like this, you're not going to get away with that. Like, it's not going to work usually. Like that, it was impressive that we won at Atlanta with how much we fouled, and a lot of times giving up and ones. Like Angel had quite a few and ones there in the 4th, but I thought she played a really great game. So.
I had a question for both of you. Today is the 52nd anniversary of Title IX, so I was curious if you could both answer this. If you could wave a magic wand and create equity in one aspect of sports right now, what would it be?
The money. We need more money. No, but seriously, I think today was a really good moment to be a part of, obviously with the history behind it, but I think less so the magic wand. I think this was a good moment for us as far as women's basketball is concerned today. The atmosphere, you guys, the media, the fans, your family, the young kids. I think this was a good atmosphere for us, and I think that the women's basketball game as a whole took a big jump today. So.
Yeah, I would agree with Kels. Like, I don't think there is a magic wand, because I think there's so many areas where we can still improve across the board for not only basketball but all women's sports.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's cool to see how far we've come in just the last few years, and obviously I went to the University of Iowa. That was, on the forefront of Title IX and Dr. Grant and everything that she did. So obviously, Coach Bluter always preached that to us, and how fortunate we were to be at a university that really supported women's athletics and wanted that to be an opportunity for all of us and treated us the exact same as every other men's sport on campus. And so I was very fortunate in that regard. And but like I said, there is no magic wand. There's so many areas that you can't just focus on one. And slowly over time, I think we can certainly get there.
Okay, you mentioned ball screen actions earlier. How do you think you've improved the most in your pick and roll game from the start of the season until now?
Yeah, I think just reading whether they're trapping me early right away and just getting out of my hands. I think that's been the biggest difference. I also think I've been getting trapped less. I think if you look at the stats, I haven't been getting trapped quite as much, but I think I've done a really good job at deciphering exactly what they're doing. And I think just like me and AB's connection has improved a little bit. And Liz, I think just the chemistry and getting to play with one another, you kind of get on the same page with your minds a little bit better. So it's definitely improved. And I think even when I do hit AB right in the middle, if they rotate over, AB's done a great job of swinging it to the next side, and we've been able to hit shooters to knock shots down.
Kelsey, today Caitlin set an Indiana Fever record for assists in a game. Do you feel like as the season has gone on that chemistry just continues to grow as far as you guys having good connections with her passes, finding your hands a lot better?
Oh, for sure. I think experience is everything. I'm gonna preach that. I think the more and more you learn, the people that you're playing with, you create a better atmosphere on and off the floor. And I think that me and C-Square are to a point where we could trust each other, and we could rely on each other offensively and defensively, obviously. But I would like to think that our connection is going to keep evolving to the point where we won't even have to think about what each other need, and we can just keep playing the right way.
Caitlin, you, Aaliyah, Angel, and Camilla are all very young. How exciting is it knowing that what you saw tonight could be the future of the WNBA? And Kelsey, what's it like for you to see that, having gone through the last couple of years, maybe not seeing exactly what there was tonight?
I think they're doing amazing. I said this a couple weeks ago. I think they did a really great job of, for one, campaigning themselves, showing how great the game is on the women's side. And I think individually all are great players. So I think for me, I'm excited to kind of see both sides of it. I've been on the side where we're slowly making a progress, and then these guys come and they actually kind of in a way put us on the map, and then now I guess it's only up from here. So I'm excited about where it can go and where it's been going. But hats off to this class for being who they are and standing in their purpose as women.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a lot of fun, and obviously, Camilla and Angel, two people that I competed, and Aaliyah, obviously, like you said, people I competed against in college, and they were tremendous then. So it's fun getting to see them live out their dreams and stuff. But I think across the board, there's just so much talent in this rookie class, and I think everybody's really doing a great job. And I think it's great for our league, but also at the same time, there's been so many talented players in our league that have been tremendous for so many years. So I think it's fun for us to get to come into this league too, and get to live out our dreams and play against people that we probably idolized, growing up and dreaming of moments like this. So I think it's awesome, and I think really there's just so many ways for us to continue to improve. A lot of us are just scratching the surface, and that's what's exciting about it.
You guys hit 82 with 6.5 minutes to go, finished with 87. What did you see kind of change for your team or go wrong offensively in that last stretch of action?
Chicago turned up the heat on us. Give them credit; they did a great job of getting really physical with us, and we just didn't match that, and we let their physicality just kind of disrupt us. That's on me. I've got to have us better prepared for that.
Two teams that play through the post a lot these last two games and have fouled quite a bit along the way. Do you feel like that's the style of play of Atlanta and Chicago? Is that something you guys are doing so wrong? What stood out to you about those foul numbers?
Yeah, that's the first thing we talked about after the game. We just can't keep putting people on the line. 32 free throws is just you just don't have to give yourself a chance. So that's something we've got to get back. Watch how we're fouling. If it's slap downs, if it's two hands on, we've got to get better at that.
Anybody else?
Just on that last possession, I guess, what was kind of the desired play that you were looking to see?
With .2?
No, before that with the Caitlin passing to AB, I guess, what was the original plan?
Yeah, it was just to get a quick touch right there. AB trying to get a basket.
And with that .2 possession, was Caitlin inbounding the ball because you thought it was the best chance to get it kind of above the basket?
Yeah, she's a hell of a passer. She had 13 assists tonight. I just, she's gonna. I just felt she gave us the best opportunity to find the open person and get that quick shot.
What have you been Caitlin's passing official tonight with 13 assists? What impression stood out to you the most?
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
What impression stood out to you the most? Just the way Caitlin ran the offense, passed.
Yeah, she's a like I said, hell of a passer. She sees the floor. She sees lanes, passing lanes. She sees things as they're happening. Sometimes before the player who's going to get the ball even realizes it. That's just a gift that she has. But she just has a great floor vision. She's able to connect on those passes to her teammates. We're getting better at being able to get those and finish when she makes those great passes.
She only takes a few shots down the stretch there in the fourth quarter. Did you want her to be more aggressive as far as shooting the ball, or were you comfortable with the way her decision making went?
No, I think I never want her to not be aggressive and take shots. I really thought when she went out in transition after that missed free throw, I thought she was gonna take it to the rim or pull up right there. That would have been that'd have been a great shot for her, for our team. But we were up 15 at the end of the third quarter. We've got to do a better job of being able to finish out games, have a little bit more discipline in the fourth quarter. But give Chicago credit.
Zooming out a little bit with Caitlin, when I was talking to Erica on pregame, she was saying she doesn't really know always what advice to give her because she hasn't faced, defensive pressure like that. It's kind of like unique defensive attention that Caitlin deals with. I guess how have you as a coaching staff tried to kind of manage her through, the pressure and the attention that she gets when it's usually like most players don't deal with that, especially coming in as a rookie?
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of practice, a lot of work on, just the scouting piece of how teams are going to guard her, and us try to mimic that in practice as much as we can. We have a great group of scout guys that come in, and we ask them to play really hard on us, and they can provide that athleticism and speed that these other teams can. So, just giving her the opportunity to learn in those moments, if it's a high pick and roll, how the other team's going to guard, where the open lanes are going to be, just reps at that and seeing that. And like I said, the scout piece is huge because we just have to see what other people are going to do to her and then get those reps.
She was 13 assists, and I think they all came in the first 3 quarters. It's a fever franchise record. Is that an aspect of her game that has continued to evolve a little bit as she's played in the league so far? Just maybe that chemistry with her and her teammates continuing to build?
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I think the chemistry with her teammates and just, the timing of things and them understanding and realizing and figuring out how to play with her and vice versa, I think it's just going to keep getting better.
How much are you calling plays down the stretch of a game with? It's not in timeout situations, but just through the flow of the game, or do you trust Caitlin Kelsey to do that?
Yeah, Caitlin, I try to help her out as much as possible. We want to play fast, but we want to play fast and be very deliberate with what we do. And so, if we don't have the advantage, if we're not in a 3-on-2 or 2-on-1, or if we don't have that advantage, then we have to have the discipline to pull the ball out and know what to do. I mean, one thing tonight that stands out is they killed us in the paint, their paint points, and that's what we want. We want 45 plus paint points, and they had 48, and I think we only ended up with 28. So when the ball, when we're in pace and flowing, we've got to be able to hit the post, and then when the defense collapses, now we're getting those wide sprayed outs on the outside.
What can you guys take from an atmosphere like tonight? Caitlin said it was, they have to be ready to respond when a crowd is, not necessarily antagonistic, but very loud and rooting for the home team.
Yeah. I think that's just, part of it's this was a great environment tonight. The crowd was awesome. We just have to, like I talked about, we have to be more disciplined in that fourth quarter to get those finishes. That's on me to work on those situations, those late game situations, both defensively and offensively. Just have to be better in those moments. Be able to handle that physicality that Chicago, they came and started punching it at us, and we've got to be able to handle that better.
Last one.
It seems like you guys have grown so much over the 4-game streak, and even though a loss like this can sting, you think it kind of just allows for more growth from a young team?
That's what you have to do, man. Like that, win or lose, you got to find something and grow from it. And I think there's a lot that we can take from this game to help us moving forward. We've got a tough road trip ahead of us, but we can definitely take some things from this game and learn from it for the next few.